Hey there, Venttex here. Welcome to another episode of Phasmophobia. We are here at the Brownstone High School Professional Solo, and I kind of want to give you not much of a guide necessarily, but tips and tricks. Things that I've learned in my level to 246 that I think will help you out. Hopefully I can answer a bunch of your questions. If you have any additional questions that I don't answer, please leave a comment below. I always check my comments and I'll try to answer them to my best of my ability. If I can't answer it, hopefully someone else out there in the YouTubes can answer it for you. So we're just going to load into the high school, and then we'll go over some of the equipment as well, kind of give you a brief overview of them, and then get into my tips and tricks for each. Because if you're just looking for what they do, that can be pretty self-explanatory for the most part, or easy to find. However, the way they're utilized will differ from person to person, based on play styles. Alright, grab the key. So first thing I do at the start is I'll grab the camcorders and I'll put them on the tripods because I'm going to have them on there anyway, more than likely. And then I might look at the name, Thomas Harris, and Smudgestick, Sturdy Water, and Crucifix. Now, about the crucifix, you're supposed to put it down and there's supposed to be a radius around it that helps prevent the ghosts from hunting you, but I just trash them. They're trash to me, okay? Level 200 or something, I want the ghost hunts. Even if it's an objective, I won't do it necessarily. Sometimes you can get the objective really quickly. Other times you're going to be sitting there calling his name for 20-30 minutes and nothing's going to happen. You come back to the van after you get a ghost event and you look at it and it's still there. So that's $10. I don't care about that. These guys, sound sensors. You put them up on a wall and it covers an area. We'll show you that once we get there. But it's supposed to detect sound, and you have to come over here and check it out on the sound sensor panel and see what kind of area it's in depending on where you placed it. I never use these, ever. The reason why is when you put it down, yes, you go in there, you put it down and it detects a big area, but that's time wasted in my opinion to put it down and have to come all the way back to the van and look for it. The best sound sensor you have in the game and the best detecting tool you have in the game is your ears. Okay, what I'll do, especially in these bigger locations like high school and asylum, a lot of people are asking me, Venttex, how do you find the ghosts so quickly? And you'll notice as well that a lot of my videos at the beginning in some of these bigger places, I don't really edit it that much. So I find them fairly quickly. And the reason for that is I'll provoke it right away. I'll say its name, I'll ask it to give me a sign, and then I listen. And when I listen, I'm listening for doors, I'm listening for light switches, I'm listening for footsteps, I'm listening for water, just high school phone ringing, anything like that I'm listening for. Now I could do the same thing with the sound sensor, but again I have to put the sound sensor in there. Hopefully it's in the area that I put it in. If not, I have to grab multiple sound sensors and put them in there, and then come back and I have to sit here and look at the board and to try to figure out where it is. So if I put it in there and then I come all the way back and the phone rings, I'm like, oh, okay, it's in that classroom, there's a phone ringing. Or I can already be inside with some evidence that I already have, or some evidence finding material like a UV light or a spirit book. I can hear the phone ring and I could just go to the classroom and start my research in order to figure out, or my investigation to figure out what kind of ghost it is. So that's my advice. These sound sensors, I know a lot of people like to use them, but honestly, the way I play, my play style, and again, this isn't right for everybody. I'm not giving you 100% this is what you need to do in order to beat this game. There is no right or wrong answer. Everybody has their own play style. But for me, they're trash. I won't use these pretty much ever. In any video, you might have seen me use one once just to test it, but that was it. These guys, infrared. It's like a motion sensor, except for it's weaker. It's stupider. It's not objective. What happens is it detects movement, and then a little blue glow happens. Doesn't matter. Motion sensor is way better, and the only reason why it's way better is because it's an objective, usually. Otherwise, I wouldn't use these if they were an objective. Hopefully, they make the sound sensors and they make the infrared an objective, because then they'll be worth using. But at the moment, again, the best tool you have to detect ghosts, even better than the thermometer and the Emf Reader, is your ears. Just go in there and listen, and I promise you, if you call it and wait, you'll hear a noise. That's how I find it in the asylum all the time. I will go into the reception, I'll say, Thomas Harris, and I'll listen. And I'll say, give me a sign, and then I'll listen. And then I'll hear a little click of a door from my right. It might be further away, it might be kind of muffled, which might indicate that it's down in the basement. So I'll go to my right, and I'll go and I'll go and I'll go until I feel like this is a pretty good location where I heard the noise. And I'll sit there again if I'm not 100% sure, and I'll say, Thomas Harris, listen. Give me a sign. Listen. Where are you? And then sometimes at that point, or usually at that point, it'll make another small little noise, and then I'll be able to pinpoint it. And then I'll see a door slightly creaked open, or I'll see a light on. And you'll notice in these bigger places, I won't open really any doors unless I think it's in there. And if I do open the doors, I'll open them up all the way. So if that door that I opened up all the way is slightly cracked when I come back, I know it's there. If the doors that I haven't touched are slightly cracked, I know it's there. So that is how I detect the ghosts as quickly as I do. Anyway, so now that I got that information out for you, I always start with the book and the thermometer in most of my runs. The reason for this is, other than your ears, the temperature is the quickest way to detect where the ghost is. So I'm listening and I'm also detecting the temperature.
It's ready on the desk for you.
I got you, buddy. And the book is something I like to use in addition to the spirit boxes and the video cameras. That stuff I'll set up right away. The reason for that, and the reason why I get the EMF pretty much last, is that this book, I can put it down and walk away. Go out here, grab some more stuff like the spirit box and the camcorder, and I'll pick up the spirit box and pick up the camcorder. I'll go to the room that I've figured out where it was, get a good location for the camcorder, one that kind of spans as much area as you can. If there's any doorways, if you can span the area and get a glimpse of the doorway, that's even better. I'll put this down, get the spirit box out, ask it a couple questions. If it does respond to me, throw it down and go out back to the van, grab some more evidence. So my goal is to be as efficient as possible. The more I grab the evidence and come in, the better I'll have, because I can always have that on and then it might respond to me when I'm going through with my EMF. After I come back, I can have this on and ask it questions. Maybe I'll get 2 pieces of evidence at one time. So efficiency is key, especially on professional, because your sanity does drop lower than it was supposed to. But y'all seen several times where I have so many ghost events that my sanity is almost as much as I have whenever I get back to the van. So something they need to fix. Pills. These are also trash for me. I know a lot of them, or a lot of you probably benefit greatly for them. They increase your sanity by 40%, which is ridiculous. 40%? That's insane. But I don't like them. Why? Because you know my videos, you know my playstyle. I like to provoke the ghost. I like to get a hunt going. I want to see some action. So I won't use those ever. Glow sticks. Glow sticks are cool for a rave. That's about it. You can put them at the kind of the bottom of a door, and that would make it so you can continue monitoring it for fingerprints. Or you could just bring a flashlight or a UV light in with you, look once, and then throw it down, leave it there, and then if you decide later on, I'm going to check for fingerprints again, just pick up the UV light. So for that reason, I think these are useless. I might do a challenge, a glow stick only challenge with them to have some fun. Otherwise, pointless. A lot of guides say, oh, you can use them to track your location back, but when you're level 200, you know the locations pretty well. The asylum is huge, but the layout is pretty predictable after you played it a few times. So you can use glow sticks if you want to help you out a little bit in the early stages of playing the asylum, but they're not that useful. So in a list of garbage items for me, it's the glow stick. It's garbage. Sound sensors, garbage. Infrared is garbage. Let's see. Motion sensor is good just because of the objective. Basic flashlight is garbage unless you're doing a challenge. It's always fun. Candles, also garbage unless you're doing a candles. What does a candle do? Gives you a little bit of light. Can't be put out. Unless if it's in your hand, it can't be put out. If it's on the ground, then eventually it will die out. Great thing about a candle is it helps your sanity decrease slower. because it's a little source of light there for you, so that might help you a little bit. But I'll probably only use the candle for a challenge video. There's just no other reason I can see other than just to challenge yourself and because you think they look nice. And maybe they smell nice, who knows. I'll put one right here. There we go. I'm going to burn that desk. That's cool. Salt piles. Something else I don't use pretty much ever. What do they do? You put it down. You got 3 charges in each can. Ghost steps in it, and then you know kind of what direction it's going. Not something I find that incredibly useful as far as information-wise. Usually by time I get to the salt, I know what room the ghost is in, and then I'm always very careful. You'll notice, and we'll do this here in a little bit, but if I know a ghost is in like this bottom left corner room, I'll open up a couple doors here. I'll open up the door going into this room. I'll open up the door going into this room, and then if I need to, I have some escape exits. So the way it works is once a hunt is initiated, you know this because your camera will start flickering. If you have a UV light, that will also flicker. Or if your friends are around you, you can see their lights flicker. And the ghost has a 8-second buffer before it can grab you. So it's going to start walking around. So you want to be sure you're not in its crossfire. But as long as you can maneuver out of the way within 8 seconds, you're good. There's been times when I'm in the ghost room and the ghost starts hunting and he leaves his room. And I just close the door behind him, and then I'm good. He wanders around outside the room that he's supposed to be in, and he disappears. So you have 8 seconds. So it's very important that you don't lose your mind once it starts. I know it could be a little bit panic-inducing at the start, especially when you're a lower level. But it's very important that you try to be strategic about it and think about it from like kind of like a strategy standpoint where you're trying to outsmart the ghost. So the ghost is going to go one direction. You kind of want to get a beat on him and then try to be evasive and get past him. That's how I play it. I think that's why you might think, why don't get scared. I think it's more of a challenge for me to outsmart the ghost. Now, moving right along. EMF reader, great, just because it's a piece of evidence. If it's EMF 4, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be an EMF 5. However, if you got all your evidence and you're down to 2, for instance, I know if you got freezing temps and you got, I believe it's, what is it? Not spirit box, fingerprints. You're down to a wraith or a banshee. So a wraith is going to be the EMF 5 is going to be a banshee. And a spirit box is going to be a wraith. So if you're down to the EMF 5 in the spirit box and you were using the spirit box the entire time and still don't have it, but you got an EMF 4 and then it's getting too dangerous, your sanity is 0, you're getting hunt after hunt, you might just want to gamble, check the spirit box one more time, and then kind of just go with your gut. That's what I do sometimes in my videos, because sometimes you won't get that EMF 5 or you won't get that spirit box. And you just kind of got to wing it. So I would say if I had to decide between spirit box and EMF, and I got an EMF 4 and the spirit box was quiet the entire time, I'm probably going to go with this EMF just because it's I feel like it's a little less reliable than the spirit box. Usually with the spirit box you're going to get something fairly quickly, and if not right away, you can leave it there and eventually you'll hear something, especially if it's like 15-20 minutes into your investigation. Smudgesticks. Smudgesticks I will use only for an objective. Something else that is like the motion sensor. It is one of the objectives here, so I will be using it in this run after we get started. What does a smudgestick do? Just delays a hunt. That's all it does, is delay a hunt. You know I love hunts. Why would I want to delay that? So this is pretty much trash, except for it's worth some money. And it's really easy to use. You light the lighter, switch to your smudgestick, and you press the F key. There it goes. It's smoking. I like to walk around the room, but you can honestly just throw it in the room and you'll be good. Smudgestick objective completed. I got another one, so I'm not worried about it. That's why I brought 2. One to show y'all. Parabolic Mic. This thing is the most garbage that ever garbaged. Okay? It looks cool. It looks like it'd be fun to use. Where'd it go? There it is. But it's not. It's not cool and it's not fun to use. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something real quick. was getting this before, where you can aim the parabolic mic outside, and you won't get anything. I'm not getting anything on the building. I know it'll probably have to be closer. But you can aim it outside, away from the building, and it might pick something up every now and then. I don't know if that's just from stuff in the van, but... 3? Is that from this thing? Is that from... What? What is the 3 from? Is it from this? 1.5? Maybe it's from the neon clock. Let's come over here. Yeah, nothing yet. Okay, that's cool. Alright, well, if you didn't know that, I didn't know that. New tip for me, too. You can come over here and transform back into the truck. I know of another location you can do that here at the high school. There's a log over here that if you go on the wrong side of it, you can also teleport back into the truck. Let me show you that real quick. Where is it? There it is. This log right here. Or tree, I should say. It's not really a log, is it? That's a full tree. There we go. There you are. See? Anyway, this, for me, doesn't work that great. Like, almost ever. And it's the same as the sound sensor for me. Why would I have this when I can have 2 pieces of evidence in my hand that I can put down and get some evidence really quickly? And I can detect where the ghost is just as easily by kind of provoking it and listening as I could with that thing in my hand. Again, before any of you riot, this is all just how I play. This is my play style. So if you watch my videos and you like my play style and you want to know what I do and what kind of advice I might have, this is it. If you have different opinions or if something works different for you, that's great. You know, whatever works for you, whatever you have fun with. Just a game. It's all about having fun. Let's see. Photo camera, self-explanatory. You need one. I always bring 2. You have 10 photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 photos. So if you bring 3, you're kind of overdoing it because after the first 10, you're not going to get anything else. But I always bring 2. Take some photos. The things that give you money are bones. Take a photo of a bone and then pick it up for another extra $20. You have the Ouija board. That'll give you some money if you turn it on. Take a photo of it. Great. There's fingerprints. There's dead bodies. There is what else? Ghost, obviously. There's interactions. So sometimes the EMF will go 5 and if you take a picture quick enough, or sometimes you could take a picture of the book and it'll count for interactions. Same with voodoo dolls. Voodoo dolls at the farmhouse will count for interactions. So those, I believe, are pretty much everything that will give you some money. Yes, I believe so. So, good. Always good to have extra money. Why not? It comes a time, like when you're level 200, something that money doesn't matter. It's not something that you really care about. But it's fun to see that number go up and up and up and see how much money you can get. Alright. So I think that basically covers all of the equipment and how I use it and what I feel is important to use and what I feel is trash to use. So if you have different opinions, again, I welcome them. That's cool. I mean, everybody plays the game their own way, but I hope that that helps some of y'all with y'all's investigation. If you're watching my videos and you're like, how does he do that? That's how I do it. Quick thing on the ghost. So, on the ghost, the only ones that you'll have trouble running from is a revenant, because it'll travel at significantly a faster speed when hunting a victim, and trust me, that thing hauls, you know what, it goes quickly. Okay, so you don't want to outrun a revenant. The only way you're going to outrun a revenant is if you got some distance on it and then you cut a corner. So the way the ghosts work is they rely heavily on line of sight. So if you cut a corner and lose the line of sight, it's going to get confused. Now, it might come around that corner eventually and get back on target, but I've also had too many instances where I'll cut line of sight, like I'll be in a farmhouse upstairs, I'll cut the line of sight going down the stairs, it's upstairs looking for me, I'm chilling out in the living room kitchen, just out there, no door shut, nothing, just waiting, and then it disappears. So that's how the ghosts work. Line of sight is very important for them. In addition to that, none of these ghosts except for Revenant and I believe a souped up Jinn can capture you if you are in a place like the high school or in the asylum. Look at these hallways. This speed right here can outrun every ghost. A demon, a Yurei, an Oni, spirit, phantom, even a wraith. Wraith is a little bit more dangerous because they can travel through stuff, so you don't want to be running from a wraith that's right behind you and try to shut a door. It doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, as long as you keep moving, you're good. Again, so just a Revenant and maybe a Jinn that's became too powerful. Those are the two things that you want to be looking out for on places like this. Otherwise, just go like this. If it's behind you, just keep going like this. There's a corner, turn it. I'm sure once you turn that corner, if you turn it sharp enough, it's going to lose track of you. If you're like me and you want to get it back on your tail, you peek out, then keep running. That's what I do in my videos. That's why I like to get a lot of good pictures of the ghosts and have some fun with them. I know I can outrun them. Everyone except for a Revenant and maybe a souped up Jinn. That's it. Okay? So, now that we've gone over all that information quickly on the headcam, I think they're pointless. They were bugged at one point. They're fixed now. It's cool to see your friends, see where they're going, but I feel like it's just so like jarring the way the movement is when you're looking at it from a camera that it's just so much easier just to place down a stationary video camera to capture ghost orbs. They're fun to look at though. It's a great novelty, so I won't say it's trash, but I will say not something you need. So if you're a lower level and you're thinking, hey, what kind of objects do I need? What kind of items do I need to have? Because I'm a lower level and I don't have that much money and I can't afford these headcams, I wouldn't get one. I wouldn't even get a tripod. If you're a lower level, the items that are ideal is the thermometer, amazing. Motion sensor, just because it's the objective. Strong flashlight, obviously, because check it out. The area of the strong flashlight. You see that area? Now watch this. Regular flashlight. Here, let me show you real quick. That's the regular flashlight. That's the strong flashlight. Huge difference. So strong flashlight, thermometer, and then we'll go with smudge and motion sensor because those are objectives. But that would be probably the order I would put it in. I feel like I see, I don't know, smudge and motion sensors are pretty much tied for how often I see them. I'll see smudge sticks just as much on motion sensors as objectives, so I wouldn't say one is necessarily better than the other. But any of this stuff in here, glow sticks, parabolic mic, infrared, sound sensor, if you're a lower level and you don't have that much money, don't buy these things. You don't need them. Now, let's begin our investigation, and we'll pretty much go over everything I said. So let's check on his name again, because I have been over so much stuff I forgot. Thomas Harris. Crucifix objective, I don't care about that. $10. Big whoop. Dirty water, very circumstantial. A lot of people ask me as well in the comments, how do I get dirty water? And the thing is with dirty water is pretty much the ghost. It helps a lot if it's near a sink. But even then, sometimes I've had a ghost like right next to the sink and it wouldn't interact with it. Again, just a smaller objective, so if you're wasting too much time, just go ahead and get out of there. The biggest things are the ghost type event, and then some of these easier objectives like smudge sticks. All I have to do is light one up in the room and then throw it in there. No big deal. Easy money. But these other ones, you're probably better off just getting the ghost right, getting that one an easy objective, getting out of here, opening up another map, and then hopefully getting some easier objectives like motion sensors, easy. Capture a photo of ghosts isn't necessarily that hard. Emf Reader is another easy example. But let's get in there now. I think I've talked y'all's ear off enough about all that. Thomas Harris. Alright. So typically solo professional, I would set everything up on the porch. But I feel like we need just to begin this investigation. I'm pretty confident in this. So I'll turn on that main light. And you want to turn on pretty much the main lights and the hallway lights and stuff like that if you are nervous, because that's a lot of sanity. Thomas Harris. I heard something this way immediately. Sounded like a book or something moved. Oh, I got an 11. Is that just the hallway? Or is that room? Oh, it's getting 11 right here. Is it here? Nope. It might be this hallway. I've had it in the hallway before. It's always a little buggy when it's in the hallway. No, it's in this room. See? I heard a little noise and I came over here. Now I got lucky that it's right here, but other than that little noise and the thermometer, I wouldn't have any indication. But that's what you gotta do. Call its name and listen. What tipped me off is I was right here and I said, Thomas Harris. And I heard a little object, a little book or something. That's all I needed. Alright. Another quick tip that I did not do this time. Also, some people are like, how do I turn on my flashlight when I got an item in my hand? As long as you have it in your rotation, like I have here, if you have anything else in your hand, just press T. But I can go ahead and throw my thermometer in there, and I'll do that with other items too, because I'm coming back to that room, so if it is freezing temperatures, I'll be back to figure that out. But while I'm going to grab more items, I might as well relinquish both of those items, so that way I can grab 2 instead of 1. It's all about being efficient. Hopefully we can get a hunt going on. Look at that trash right there. Hopefully we can get a hunt going on. Sorry, was that rude? I'm so mean to the Parabolic Mic. It's not your fault, Parabolic Mic. You didn't ask for this. Alright. So again, one of the things I'll do is I'll get items I could just throw down in there at the first, when I'm first setting up and everything. So the spirit book, I can just throw it down on the ground. Come back, eventually it'll have writing in it or it won't. Cameras, I just drop it. Spirit box, I'll turn it on, ask it a couple questions, but if I don't hear anything, I can go back to the van and get something else and come back and try later. If you're playing with multiple people, I got freezing breath right there. If you're playing with multiple people, you might find it more beneficial to stick around while your other teammates do stuff, but even then, I feel like y'all would all greatly benefit from your time if you all just went and grabbed more stuff and brought it all into the room. Let's try the spirit box, shall we? How old are you? Are you here? That time I didn't want to answer. Do you want to hurt me? Great, you're old. Alright. That's how well that thing works. Do you want to hurt me? Old. Cool, man. Freezing temps. Spirit box. Are we going to have a wraith? Did I guess it before I even stepped foot into the building? Is that possible? What the... That'll blow my mind if I guessed it without even stepping foot in the building. That's a new challenge. Guess the ghost without stepping in the building. All luck based. All luck based. I'll take it though. Alright, so we got our video camera in there. So another thing you can also do, and I'll move it off the wraith now, but just so you know, if it's wraith, I had it at the beginning before we entered. But anyway, I got spirit box and freezing temps. So what could it be then? So it could be a wraith, a demon, or a mare. So what does that mean? So there's certain evidences that will be ruled out automatically because of what we got. So EMF is not going to be it. So unless EMF is an objective, there is no reason to walk around with an EMF reader now. Zero. You're just wasting your time. Spirit box, we already got that on there. Fingerprints, again, is a wraith. Ghost orb is a mare. And ghost writing is a demon. So that means it's either going to be fingerprints, ghost orb, or ghost writing. That's all it could be. It's not going to be that EMF. That's not a ghost type. I can't wait until they add more ghost types, so that way every combination of evidence equals something, so you can't rule anything out. But for right now, that's not the case. Alright, so we know it's not the EMF. This is trash. Oh, hold on. This is trash. I gotta put it with the other trash right here. Sorry, Parabolic Mic. Let's see. We need fingerprints. And we need ghost orb. We can set up another camera. And ghost writing. We already have a book set up in there. So we're going to set up another camera and then we'll look for fingerprints real quick. If it's not any of those, we might head back out and look for a ghost orb real quick. And then if it's not the ghost orb, we'll go back inside and kind of rinse and repeat. Fingerprints, ghost writing, ghost orb. It's got to be one of those. Another thing we can do when we come back is we can also bring the smudge sticks with us and get this smudgy. Nice and smudgy. That's how I like it. Alright, we'll put this one kind of down this hallway right here. So we got a good view in the classroom, and we got a good view into the hallway. Let's go ahead and turn on our UV light, and you can use your actual camera with the UV light, but I like to use them separately a lot of times. It doesn't matter. You can see it clearly either way, but I kind of like the mood the UV light gets me in. Ayo. So I do not see anything. Unfortunately, we're not going to have fingerprints on the door at all. We got it stepping to us. Don't be scared of the steps. Only thing you gotta be scared of is the hunts. It breathes in your ear, and that could sometimes be like a jump scare. Only the hunts are something that you have to be afraid of. So I'm not finding anything on the UV. I got another camera set up, so I'm going to go ahead and look for a ghost orb. Ghost writing book has nothing in it. I will turn off this major light so I can see a little bit clearer on that camera. But because there's no fingerprints, because there is no writing, I'm leaning towards ghost orb. Alright, so my side movement, kind of work on that now that I did a backwards video. Let's flip to our camera. There's my head. Whoa, look at that. Is that how it's supposed to work? Is that how a head cam works? Let's see. Nope. The bad thing about these bigger buildings is there's multiple cameras inside. And it's like, I don't care about these cameras, I care about my cameras, but you have to live with it. Unfortunately, some of the buildings have cameras on the outside. It's like, I really don't care about that camera, but you get what you get. So here is our camera inside the classroom. So again, I see a good area in the classroom, and I also see outside the door. There is a ghost orb. Yay! There it is. So we got it. It's a mare. Easy. That's how you find a ghost super easy on Solo Professional. So, just for a nice little treat, and again, a mare is not one of the ghosts that can capture you. So, as long as you keep running, and as long as you don't run into it, you'll be safe. You have Ventex's guarantee. As long as you don't run into it, and as long as you don't clip or fumble, then you can outrun a mare. Now, mares are more aggressive in the dark, so I'm hoping it does something. I'm hoping we get a hunt. I really would like to show you all that. Okay. So we'll go... Oh! I threw it instead of pressed... I pressed F, but sometimes it throws it instead of actually puts it on fire. So here we go. Smudge in the area. Easy money. Crucifix is hard. I'm not going to worry about that. Sometimes it works great right away. Sometimes it be here for so long, losing your mind, and it doesn't work. Let's see if we can't initiate a hunt, and I can show y'all just what I'm talking about. Thomas Harris. Thomas Harris. Where are you? Give me a sign. Actually, now that I think about it, before I initiate a hunt, I got the Smudgestick objective, but I would like to have a camera with me when I do initiate the hunt, so that way I could take a picture of it. Just gives you a little bit more money, and if you're going to do something like that, you might as well get a little bit more money. So let's go back out here. I can also, if there were fingerprints, I could take a picture of fingerprints, but right now all we have is spirit box, freezing temps and ghost orbs, so there's nothing really I could take a picture of. If I found a bone on my way inside, I could take a picture of that and pick it up for $10 for the photo, $20 for the bone. But I did not, and I'm not going to waste my time walking around the classroom looking for one. So let's see if we can't provoke this ghost into attacking us. Do you want to hurt me? Do you want me to leave? This would be better for y'all probably with the spirit box on. Do you want to hurt me? Do you want to kill me? Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave? Nope. Death? I wish you would, Thomas Harris. I wish you would try. Thomas, oh, you keep telling me you're old without me asking how old are you. That time I said it, you didn't say anything. Death. You gotta turn on the light and then say death. You're a mayor. You want the lights off. Come on. Act like your type of ghost. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I thought you were old. You're an adult. Do you want me to leave? Okay, old. Are you scared? Are you here? You're behind. Nope, I don't think you're behind. Do you want to hurt me? Adults, great, amazing. You're a really smart guy, Thomas Harris, I know. I have a feeling. So, how old are you? Old, great. Do you want to hurt me? Adult, okay. You heard it. Old adult. That's what Thomas Harris has to say to us. Die. Are you gonna turn that light back on? Oh, there he goes. Like clockwork. Come on, Thomas. Oh my goodness, old again. So I like to have fun with the ghost. It is spooky. Here we go. Come on, Thomas. I'll wait for him a little bit. There he is. Hey, Thomas. Wait for him a little bit more. Thomas, I want to show the people that they don't have to be afraid of you. You're just a mayor. Try and get a photo of him, but he's difficult to get a photo of because he keeps blinking. You're just a mayor. It's not a big deal. Now, if you were... See, look. Line of sight cut. Oh, here he comes. There you go, Thomas. That's a good photo, Thomas. Now watch me outrun him. The key is to know where you're going. Know where is a bad place to go. See, I cut line of sight. No more gurgling. Pretty much home free. There we go. All done. I'll circle back around through the gym. And then we're done with our investigation. Successful ghost hunt. Successful mission. We got the two objectives that I care about. Forget the crucifix. Got a photo of Mr. Thomas Harris. Sounds like he's still playing basketball. That's good. For an old adult. Alright. I guess I'm an old adult. I like to play basketball. Touché, Thomas Harris. Alright, let's get on out of here. There you have it. Solo Professional High School completed. It is just that easy. Alright. 42 sanity, not bad. Dirty water. Yep, there's no sinks pretty much anywhere near me. There's some bathrooms on the left and right side corridors, but nope, that's not going to happen. Crucifix, forget the crucifix. Trash, hate it. That's not how I play. Some of you will benefit greatly from these. If you're really scared, put one in the room and then kind of judge. Again, I don't know exactly the radius, but you can kind of have a good idea. kind of space them out a little bit so they cover a larger area. I think about it like a huge circle, just circling the crucifix, so I have them spaced out. I'm trying to not overlap those circles so much so they get the greatest kind of area. But that's it. Thomas Harris, Mayor. Let's get out of here.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs.
Alright guys, $190, 110 experience. I hope you guys enjoyed my big bag of tricks and tips. Hopefully you can learn something from it. It can help you in your own solo professionals or even with the group. If you did enjoy what you saw, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out our Discord. We got a lot of members, I think over 250 now, closer to 270. Huge community full of people that love Phasmophobia and would love to play with you. They're a great group, always very friendly and fun. No hateful speech or anything like that. So come check us out. And I will see you guys next time.